Hey, Buck Run family. As always, we want to come and bring you some updates on how this season is affecting some of our missions partners. And we've done this the last 2 weeks, and as long as we're in this, we'll keep doing this as new updates arise and let you know how you can specifically be praying. So, Scott, what's going on in the last week with some updates that you can give us on a couple of our partners?
Yeah, I would like to update you on two of our international missions partners. We have continued to talk about, since January, our missionaries in East Asia. Last week we had told you to pray specifically for them as there was a lot of unrest in the country they had been evacuated to. Their missions organization, the International Mission Board, has decided to bring them back to the States. So midweek they flew as their family of six through 4 airports and made it back to the States just a couple days ago, where they are now in Louisville, and they are in a 14-day quarantine period. So they have a home for a couple weeks where they're just going to sit tight and, Lord willing, be cleared of the virus before they can have a time of furlough here in the States. And we're excited. I know we'll get to, Lord willing, spend some time with them, one way or the other, whether Zoom or one day in person. We're excited to be able to love on them and show our appreciation and encourage them. And would ask that you would pray for them as during this time. And we're not sure about what that looks like for them going back yet to East Asia, where they really want to be, even right now, but their leadership sees it best for them not to be, and they're submitting to that. But I just love their heart to get back into their ministry, and they're continuing to stay connected with those that they were pouring into, the internship that they were having with pastors there. So they're still very intentional with what they're doing, and just long to get back. And then Kenny Morris, our missionary in Panama, we shared, again, last week that him and his wife, Cheryl, had to make the decision to leave a stateside stay early to get back before the borders of Panama closed, and they did make it back, and they are beginning their second week of a mandatory self-quarantine as they've traveled outside of their country. And they are well, they're fine, and they are still running things through their local missions partners as well, able to keep things going there. But unfortunately, got really sad news that Kenny's sister passed away after they had left the States. And in the midst of lots of different things, you can imagine how hard that is. Just to not to be able to be there with family, to have abruptly left and not even got to make all the visits and things they were planning to make. Just a really hard time. So I want to just bring Kenny to mind and Cheryl as they're away and going through so many different things, that this would happen during this time.
So, Scott, as our families maybe gather tonight for bedtime or over a meal, what are maybe 2 or 3 specific things they can be praying for these partners over the next week or so?
Yeah, I mean, in some ways it's the same for both of them. Just pray they continue, even though they're not able to the Morses will be able to get out soon and see some of their partners in ministries, as both of them are leading their ministries remotely, that they would stay connected, specifically for our East Asia missionaries, that they would they'd be encouraged while they're here. They've been through a lot in the last 3 months, particularly their 4 kids. And just pray as you would for your kids or grandkids or friends. Put yourself in those shoes. Everything they've been through, been pulled from home. Yeah. This is not their home, but yet here they are. So just pray for them specifically, and just pray for healing in Kenny's life and mourning and the loss of his sister, and as he cares for their family via phone and like all of us via Zoom. As they seek to minister to family. And both of these families are just incredible examples of what it looks like to give your life to Christ and to pursue the Great Commission, and their hearts are for the nations. And just pray that they would that God would honor that desire in their hearts to continue to love and serve.
Well, again, one of the ways that we want to be faithful in this season is to not allow all this that's happening to cause us to only look inward and to think about how this affects us. One of the perfect ways to do that is to pray specifically for other people. And these missions updates every week are intended to help you to know how to specifically pray for our partners. So we would ask, as you go to bed tonight, as you're with your kids, as you have your own prayer time, that you would specifically pray for these partners, pray for the Lord to work out for them to either go home or to begin their work again. And let's just ask the Lord to do a great thing. We trust that He can do what we cannot. So we ask that you would go before the throne on their behalf as you pray together as a family. We'll bring you more updates as we have them. Thank you for watching, and thank you even more for praying.